Welcome back, guys. First race of 2025 is finally here. We got our spare car loaded upstairs. We got all of our spares loaded here in the trailer. After a while, we'll get our four-wheeler loaded, our mule loaded, and the car will be racing. Tomorrow morning, we'll hit the road and head up to the Salina Highbanks Speedway in Salina, Oklahoma to kick off our 2025 sprint car season. We got a busy schedule ahead of us. We've spent a lot of time over the off-season getting our cars prepared, our trailer prepared and organized. We've worked on our truck and trailer, making sure it's road ready. Also worked on our mule, just trying to be as neat and organized as possible. It's taken a lot of hard work, but I feel like we're very, very prepared and we're ready to take on this big schedule. But we'll race tomorrow in Salina, Oklahoma, and if all goes well with that race, we'll head on up north and to Iowa and race on Sunday. That just depends. That race just depends on how Salina goes. But if we have a good night in Salina, we'll head up north to Iowa. So we got a busy weekend ahead of us, but we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna get things loaded up, and we'll see you guys at the track. Alrighty guys, we got everything loaded up in the trailer, getting ready to hit the road. Well guys, we have made it here to the Salina Highbanks Speedway in Salina, Oklahoma. About a 5-hour drive for us from home. Got here about 1 o'clock this afternoon. Been working on the car, getting things ready, getting things lined out. We've had a long off season, but a busy off season, so we're very prepared, ready to get tonight underway. Track is very high banked, long straightaways, big corners, very high banked. So this will be something new for me, something new to experience. I've never been on a track with this much banking before, but it should be good, should be exciting. Sun is shining, wind is blowing, so I'm afraid the track is going to dry out pretty quick, but we'll just see what's in store for us tonight. But hopefully we'll have a good night here. We'll get our night underway with the driver's meeting. Then we'll have engine heat for the motors, hot laps, group qualifying, a heat race, and depending on how we do in our heat race, either a dash or a B main, or we'll move, but hopefully we'll move straight into the A feature. So it'd be awesome if we could have a good heat race and get into the dash and then go from there. But we'll just see how tonight goes. First race of the year for us, so hopefully it'll be a good one, and we'll get our night underway shortly. So the track is going away. It's completely gone, slick and dusty, so I'm afraid it's going to rubber, but we've tightened up a bunch. We start third in our heat race, so just got to move forward from here. Top 4 transfer into the A main. If we finish in the top 4 or move up, that'd be great. But just first race of the year, trying to get everything worked out, and the car's getting better. I'm getting more comfortable, and this place is fast for sure. But everything will hopefully go good in this heat race, and we can have a good finish. Getting ready to strap in for tonight's A main, 25 laps. I think we started 15th, went 3rd to 4th in our heat race, had a lot of speed there. Was able to make the bottom work pretty good, so made a few adjustments to the car, changed the gear for the track, and also added some stagger and just changed some different things. So feeling really good about the feature. Hopefully we can stay where we start and maybe advance. And the track's probably going to be pretty hard on tires, and I'd say it'd be pretty abrasive. But they have done a rework, but it hasn't really done much. So hopefully we're going to have a good feature, end up with a good finish, and see what we can do.
Getting it in there at a good speed and a good angle, and then you can peel it off and use the low stagger to get people as there. As that cushion watches higher and higher on exit. Down the hill instead of up the hill, I think you'll be able to pick people off. And then the tough part is maybe to get up enough to enter the next corner. All right, I love you.
forward to the end of the feature here. We're currently running 13th. We got 2 laps to go on this restart. You guys haven't really missed much. It is rubbered on the second lap, so we've just been kind of in a single file line trying to survive. But cars kind of check up here, and I try to go to the outside, and I get hung out in the dust and miss the rubber. So white flag right here, currently running 13th. Missed the rubber again entering turn 1 here, and the car gets past me on the inside. So ultimately came home 14th. We survived. Overall, a good feature. Wish the track would have provided better racing. I think we could have passed some cars, but overall, a solid feature. Getting everything washed up here after our 14th place finish last night at Salina Highbanks. We're an hour away from the track, getting things washed up. We're not going to run the car that we ran last night at Salina. We're going to pull down the spare car and get a run on that chassis and engine, and that way we'll have a race on each car to start the season. But everything's coming along good here, getting things washed up, and we'll be off to the track shortly. We have finally made it here in Stuart, Iowa. We've been busy all day. We swapped cars. That car up there is the one we ran at Salina. We want to get a run on this other car. This car we built over the off season. It's new to us, so we want to get one race on that and try to learn that car and figure it out. So hopefully we can have a good night. We drew a low pill number, so that should put us starting on the front row of our heat race. Got passing points format, so we need to hopefully win our heat race and pass some cars if we're able to. But quite a few cars here, good stout competition, and hopefully we can have a good night. Track looks pretty small, but should be exciting.
Anywhere beginning to on down for quality traffic control, CDI fabrication, home church farm number 2E, second year race
start second in the third heat race. We need to win this to put ourselves in a good position for later on in the night in the feature. And if we can get enough points with the heat race win, we might be able to make the redraw. So just get a good start here, and hopefully we can get out front and make some good laps and get the win. Didn't get a good initial start to the heat race. That was all my fault. Just didn't hit my marks on the start of the race. I think if we could have got out front and had a good initial start, car was plenty fast, and I think we could have won the heat race, led all 8 laps, but it didn't work out that way. We're running third currently right now. We have a restart with 1 lap to go. I get a really good restart here. I slide this car entering turn 1 here, clear him, but unfortunately a car shoots to my inside here down the back stretch. We're coming to the checkered flag right here, gets slid entering turn 3, cross this car over, was luckily able to just barely get him at the line, so came home third there. That put us starting 13th in the feature. They just did a rework, so the track is kind of dirty and 1 lane for a little while, but it does start to widen out, and we start to make a couple passes and get around a couple cars. As the track widened out, my car got better here throughout the feature. Finally get going here. Track is widened out and we're making some good speed on the top. We've passed a couple cars. Car spins out here. Luckily missed that. That was a close call. Restart 12th or 13th here. Get a really good restart. Stick the bottom, entering turn 1 here. Get a good drive off the exit and drive to the top, and just to try to get some speed and momentum back going. Car slips off the edge of the track here, and we unfortunately had to check up for that, and a couple of cars got past us when that happened, but just trying to stay out of trouble, keep my nose clean. That's hard to do on these tight racetracks, but you'll see in a couple laps that we unfortunately get caught up in a wreck. Tried to avoid it, but just with how tight the track was, wasn't able to, and our night came to an end. Hey guys, just wanted to give you an update on how the first 2 sprint car races of 2025 went. Overall, it was a solid weekend. I haven't raced since the Chili Bowl, so it's been a while since I've been back in a car, and haven't raced a sprint car since last September. So it took a little while getting back going, but overall it was a solid weekend. We kicked off our year with the American Sprint Car Series at Salina Highbanks Speedway. Didn't unload very good, weren't very fast in hot laps, but made some adjustments and got faster for qualifying. Qualified 4th out of the cars in our heat race, so with that 4th place qualifying, that put us starting 3rd in our heat race. got a good initial start of the heat race. Going down in turn 1, didn't have a good entry into that corner, and that led to a bad exit. So stayed in third for the first couple laps. The guy in fourth was pressuring me. Made a couple bad corners, and he was able to get by me. But overall, it was a solid heat race. Finished fourth, so that put us straight into the A-main. Started 15th in the A-main. Made some more adjustments. Was feeling pretty confident going into the feature. I knew I'd had a good car, and I was getting back comfortable. And first 2 initial starts to the feature, there was some chaos in front of us. A couple of cars got together, and we were luckily able to miss those wrecks. We did finally get going, though. When we did finally get going, I started 13th after those cars wrecked out. So went green in 13th. Kind of rode around there the whole race. We had several cautions. The track took rubber on like the second lap, so it was kind of just a boring feature. We were all kind of in a line. People were blowing tires, having flats, so just trying to stay on to the end. We luckily didn't have any tire troubles, so was trying to conserve with those and be smart about that. But came home 14th in that feature. Overall, it was solid. Solid first night, just kind of working some of the bugs out and getting back going. But overall, that was good. We drove 7 hours north to race with the Malvern Bank Sprint Car Series and the Sprint Invaders Series, so up in Stuart, Iowa. So after that 7-hour drive, we were pretty tired, but we had to get to work. Got the car all ready, and we unloaded really good there at Stuart. We were third quick in hot laps out of 34 cars. There was a stout field up there. Started second in our heat race. We were in a good position to win that heat race, and if we would have won that, we would have been in a good position in the A-main, but unfortunately didn't get a good start. The initial start to the heat race wasn't very good. Got passed going into turns 1 and 2 by a couple cars, was able to gain those positions back, and we ultimately came home third in the heat race. So we really needed to win that heat race, or at least run second, to be in a better position later on, but we luckily made it straight into the A-main, starting 13th. I figured we wouldn't have with that poor finish, but luckily we made it straight in. Started 13th. They had reworked the track, so it took a little while for the track to get blown off, but once it did, we were starting to pass some cars and fell back a little bit early on the initial start, but able to work back up to, I think, 12th. We had a restart with maybe 5 or 8 laps in. Restarted 13th. Didn't have a great restart. A couple cars in front of me got sideways and kind of got out of the groove and came back right in front of me, and I just kind of had to check up for them, and that got some cars shuffled past me, but kind of got back going there, ran a couple laps, and had a run off the top of turns 2 and going down the backstretch. Two cars got in front of me, and I had nowhere to go. I tried to go up high to avoid them, but unfortunately we got collected in that mess and kind of rode the wall. Tried to steer out of the crash, but just ultimately landed on my side. Nothing got tore up too major. It could have been a lot worse, but radius rod, a couple other things got tore up on the car, but I'm okay. Everything was good. It could have been a lot worse, a lot worse of a crash, but luckily not too much got tore up, so that was disappointing. I felt like we had a good car. The track was kind of changing throughout the feature. Like I said, they did a rework, and that it was dusty and dirty and hard to pass, but we were, gaining good speed, and I felt like we were going to have a good rest of our feature, but unfortunately we weren't able to finish there. But we've made it back home, got everything washed up, and our next race will be April 25th and 26th down in Texas with the American Sprint Car Series. But overall, solid weekend. Figured I'd let you guys know how everything went. It's been taking a lot of hard work to get to this point, and we got a busy schedule ahead of us, and I'm looking forward to it, and I think we're going to have a good, solid year.